School is back in session, and students are back on campus at community colleges across Massachusetts. And under a new state initiative, many of them will be attending free of charge. That is thanks to a new $20 million program, MassReconnect, that's set to waive community college tuition for all state residents ages 25 and up who don't already have a degree. The interim president of Roxbury Community College, Jackie Jenkins-Scott, joins me now to talk about how that is working so far. Thank you for being here.
Glad to be here.
So $20 million has been dispersed to community colleges across the state. How much of that went to your institution?
So we, because this is a new program and we're all trying to understand the impact, we believe that up to 8,000 students will be able to qualify over the next couple of years. So the Department of Higher Education is really being careful. So we had a few $100,000, which I'm pleased to say we have already gone through our allotment. So we're hoping that more money will be released. This is such an exciting time for community colleges.
I want to highlight the point you just made, that the funding that you got from this $20 million chunk, it's not just for this year, it's for multiple years, right?
No, it's for this year and the spring semester, which starts in January.
Gotcha.
And so we believe that about 6,500 students would be eligible this school year, and over the next couple of years, maybe up to 8,000 or maybe even more.
And that's just at Roxbury Community College?
No, across the Commonwealth.
So for your institution, how many people are currently benefiting, or do you expect to benefit?
So we've enrolled nearly 200 with this fall enrollment, and our job is to really get the word out about this great opportunity for students whom, as you mentioned earlier, are 25 and older and have not completed their community college degree or would like to get started. So
how hard has it been to get the word out? Are people aware of this? Because I know it got a lot of attention in the media, but not everyone has time to read
Absolutely.
the papers or
Well,
watch
it's a
news.
new program, so our job, all of our jobs, is to keep getting the word out and making sure that as many people as possible learn about this program and be able to think about how it might impact them in their lives and their families.
Are there students at Roxbury Community College who are receiving these funds, making their tuition free, who've said to you, I would not be here if it were not for this extra funding?
Absolutely. We've seen our enrollment. Right now we're up about 30% over last year, and it's really exciting. I happen to be talking to one of our professors, Justin Perry, who runs our media arts program, and he told me that he had an increase of about 10 students in his entry-level media arts class yesterday or earlier this week, and all of them said that they came because of this tuition-free opportunity. We're really excited about that.
You, in an interview that you gave to another media outlet, you had spoken with a woman who said that she dropped out of college 40 years ago, and that she planned to come back because of this. Any update on what's going on with her?
I have to find out if she's enrolled. We want to make sure that she's gotten this program available. We've made this program available to her. I'm sure she has.
I think perhaps in that same interview, I saw this funding described as not the entirety of not covering the entirety of the tuition cost for people who are benefiting, but maybe helping them get to a point where they didn't have to pay anything, as opposed to having to pay $500 or $1,000. Is that, am I right that that's how it's working?
So MassReconnect is what we call a last dollar program. So if a student qualifies for some other sources of support, we go through that first, and then their tuition and books are completely covered so that they have no out-of-pocket costs for tuition and books. But many of our students have other needs, as you can imagine: food insecurity, housing, child care needs, and so on. So our job is to make sure that students, hopefully we can find resources to cover all of their needs or help them to be able to find those resources. But they can be assured that they can go to school tuition free.
I'm glad you mentioned those other needs, because if people aren't familiar with community college populations, broadly speaking, they might not be thinking about those things. And obviously, if you're dealing with food insecurity or don't have money for rent, even a few $100s
Makes
for
a
school
big difference.
could be completely pivotal.
It opens an opportunity. So many of our students work. They work 1, 2, 3 jobs. Some of our students even work 3 jobs.
I honestly cannot even imagine working 2 or 3 jobs and then trying
to
go
study
to school.
and go to school. It is a challenge, and that just tells you the perseverance and the hope and the courage that these students have. I so admire them because they have a lot that they're contending with, and to make that commitment to see it through is really quite amazing.
This program is rolling out as student loan payments are poised to restart. How big of a hit is it going to be for students at Roxbury Community College when those payments restart?
You know, it's going to be a challenge for students across the board who have had loans and have been able to do some things in the last few years with that discontinuance or the pause in the repayments. Across the board, it's going to hurt. That's why MassReconnect is so important right now, because this may, lessen the burden for so many students.
And again,
it's really pretty
burdens.
Multiple burdens that you're contending with, and if we can take some things off the plate, free tuition is really an opportunity. It's an opening for students to realize their dreams and continue on their educational journey, because we know the results of what education means in terms of long-term health and economic viability. So it's a great opportunity. We're very, very grateful that in this state, in Massachusetts, we have consensus. We have a governor and a lieutenant governor who believes highly in educational opportunity, and a state legislature who supported this.
You might have anticipated the last question I wanted to ask. I was going to ask if you expect that this funding will continue to be made available in the years to come. It sounds like the answer is probably yes.
Well, I think one of the things is our Senate president is really looking at how we make community college free for all students. So that's exciting. My hope and our hope, I know that my colleagues across the state, we are very optimistic that this funding will continue, and that we'll be looking for other ways to support students throughout their educational journey.
If that happens, please come back and
I'd love
talk
to come
about the
back.
implications
Thank
of
you
it.
so
All right,
much
Jackie
for
Jenkins-Scott,
having me.
Thank you for being here.